So we're here at the Open Solaris Storage Summit Island Party, and we have with us today Paddy Srinivasan, the Vice President of Engineering for Zmanda. Hello, Paddy.
Hi, Mark.
So tell us a little bit about your company, Zmanda.
We were founded in September of 2005. I was one of the founders, and we have about 50 employees. We have people in. We are located in Sunnyvale. We do development in Pune and pretty much a lot of cities in US because we find developers where we want kind of a thing because we are part of open source. We support open source. We do development in open source. We do provide enterprise edition, which supports, which adds features on top of open source and customers. And we have about 400 odd customers right now.
400 customers, that's great. And how many developers?
We have an engineering team of about 30 to 35 people. The total company is about 50 people.
Wow, that's great. And so you make all your money off of open source in that?
Yes, pretty much. In fact, there are two parts to it. One is we took an open source project and made it into commercial space. In another case, we took what we wrote and made it open source and made both. We are trying to make money both ways.
So what are some of the enhancements that your company has made to Amanda over time?
It's two parts. One is we work on the Amanda core, which basically makes in terms of security, adding ability to create an API framework so that others can add devices as well as application plugins. For example, support for Oracle, and the kind of devices we support for Amazon clouds and cloud storage in general. And on top of it, we provide a Zmanda management console. We provide more simple and easy to use user interface.
Okay, so when you say user interface, you're really talking about management of your backups, right?
Yes, exactly. So it's both management of backups as well as media and as well as more importantly the recovery aspects of things. Because in terms of backup administrator, the more the anxious time happens when they are trying to recover something because things have to work at that time, and they need to have very easy interface to see what is there and get the correct file or database which they were looking for, and that's we want to make it as easy as possible to make it happen.
So how do you scale Amanda or Zmanda, right? At what point do you start coming into limits for a single instance? And then how do you handle multiple instances?
Sure. So we provide parallelism both on the client side as well as on the server side, and the processes, the media manager which writes actually to the media. So the three levels of parallelism. Where we hit bottleneck is probably when we try to do send data over multiple interfaces. Okay, at some point in time, yes, we don't have enough bandwidth to push. The problem will vary between the number of clients we are doing and the type of fabric between the clients and the server, as well as the server and the media storage, maybe a tape changer or something like that. So we do have some sort of buffering to manage the whole thing, but yes, there is some bottleneck there depending on the hardware capability and type of hardware we are using. And probably in terms of, for example, disks and so on and so forth, the file system performance also matters because when you're doing backup to disks, however, the scalability which you can achieve through backup will really depend on the scalability in terms of the media and the disks and the file system.
So if I do have multiple instances of Amanda running in my enterprise, is there some way to aggregate or iterate over them and do operations at that scale?
So that's done by the web. The management aspect is scaled through our Zmanda management console, which is a web-based UI. So you'll be able to manage multiple backup servers through it. And within each backup server, you have multiple backup sets, which defines policies of how do you back up, how you restore certain group of file systems or clients.
Okay, great. What else? What else do you see coming in the future for Zmanda? What new features are you guys working on, and what features do you want from the community?
One thing which you're looking for is what we try to do as much as possible from open source. So we look at what's happening in open source, take advantage of it. So in some cases, for example, in Windows case, there is not much happening. So we made things open source. So good advantage in open Solaris is one area where we look a lot of interesting things are happening, especially in ZFS, which we can take advantage as providing a best method to back up ZFS as well as backup to ZFS. Both are aspects very interesting to us, and ZFS is very scalable, robust file system and provides a lot of storage features which will make us interesting to us. The other aspect we are looking at is backing up to cloud, which is a fresh opportunity for us because people used to back up to tapes and disks. In some ways, disks is also new, but most of them are tapes. So that's a legacy kind of thing which we leave it for incumbents. We do support them, but it's not the area where we'll gain most customers. So we focus on disks as not as emulating tapes, but really as disks. And the other aspect is, of course, clouds, which is a newer concept, and we hope that there'll be a lot of opportunities there.
Okay, well, so how did you like the Open Solaris Storage Summit?
It was the first thing is I should say nice to see so many people. First, I didn't know the community was this big. That gives us more encouragement to do development, and I'm fairly certain there are more users than the people here right now. So that makes it more advantage, and it kind of helps me from engineering to say to business side of the people saying that we can do something people will buy and sell. So that's a key part of it. So anything for do any development, we need to show justification, and this very good works very well. And the other aspect is open source. From with the open source conference, I get the point the Sun does want to be really be in the open source and open community, which is a big step forward, I think so, from at least from my personal perspective, to see that all the features that they're doing is actually done in open source and then move to the enterprise or the commercial versions of that software. And that gives us things that most new, any new development or any new technology which is comes in will come in open source, and we can be at the leading edge of the curve than compared to other bigger companies who are competitors who are generally move slower than us.
Great. Well, thank you, Paddy.
Thanks a lot.
All right, bye.